Welcome to the lower body fascia release protocol. I built this protocol to alleviate all the side effects from sitting and the modern human lifestyle. And my goal for you is after today, you feel so good that you can't wait until you do it again. I personally have been doing this protocol once a week, twice a month, once a month. Usually what happens to me is after I do it, I feel so good. I'm like, I can't wait until I find time to do it again. And I also do bits and pieces of this protocol. You don't have to do the whole entire protocol all together. What's gonna happen today is I'm gonna guide you through all these different muscle lines, trigger points, fascia lines, and you're gonna figure out which ones are the tightest on you, which ones lead to you feeling the best. So whenever you learn that side of your body, you will naturally just want to lay on it and let the fascia melt on those different trigger points. So today we're starting with our body's roots, which is the feet. We're gonna start with the bottom of the feet and release every single muscle up into the psoas. And I will be emphasizing all the different muscles that really get tight from sitting. We are all having similar experiences with which parts of our body become tight because of the modern human lifestyle of sitting. Today I have 3 tools. I have the golf ball, the softball, and the cork foam roller. These are all linked below in the Amazon storefront. And a disclaimer, whenever you purchase from that storefront, you are supporting me. So thank you if you end up doing that. We're starting with the feet. The feet are probably the most important part of the whole entire fascia line of the body. They are truly the root to everything. And if your feet are messed up, then the rest of your body will most likely have all sorts of issues and pains. So we're starting off with a warm-up, just doing about 10 passes with the big ball. Now, if this big ball is perfect for you, you can stay on it, or you can go ahead and move to the golf ball. And we are starting on the inside of the first foot. There's gonna be 3 lines on the bottom of the foot. We're gonna do about 10 to 20 passes along the entire line, searching for a spot that hurts, applying a good amount of pressure to the bottom of the foot. When you find a spot on the muscle line that hurts, there's multiple different options for fascia release techniques. You can always do a static hold, which I highly recommend. I believe it is the most effective form of releasing fascia, but I will not be doing the static holds with you because it will take too much time out of the video. But we're gonna go ahead and do 10 flexes and relaxes on the spot along the muscle line that hurts the worst. And if you have multiple spots along this muscle line that hurt, go ahead and do 10 flexes and relaxes on each spot that hurts. And then on our flex and relax, we are gripping the earth. Go ahead and move on to the middle of the foot, doing 10 to 20 slow passes up and down the middle of the foot, searching for any spot along the muscle line that hurts. When you find a place on the muscle line that hurts, feel free to pause the tutorial, do a static hold right on that spot, and practice your 10 flexes and relaxes, trying to grip the earth with your feet. I also want you to know that after you do this protocol 1 or 2 times and you really get the hang of it, you will naturally have a desire to go back and do some of these techniques again. So essentially what I'm saying is you don't have to do the whole entire fascia release protocol all together. You can bring the golf ball down to the couch with you before you watch a movie and just walk your foot on it, do some movements on it, and get it releasing. We're moving on to the last line of the first foot. So we're doing the outside of the foot this time with the golf ball, and we're searching for a spot along the muscle line that hurts. Whenever you find a spot that hurts, option for a static hold, option for 10 flexes and relaxes, full range of motion movements, all the active release techniques, fascia release techniques. And with this whole entire protocol, please pay close attention to which muscles feel the tightest for you, which spots on the muscles hurt the worst for you. And just remember, you can always go do these protocols on your own without the video once you really learn it. Moving on to warm up the opposite foot with the big ball, just getting a little bit of blood flow into that opposite foot before we go in with the targeted treatment of the small ball. I highly recommend doing just this foot protocol once or twice, or even 3 or 4 times a week. I understand you will most likely be a little bit sore, like you did a hardcore workout after this protocol. Probably tomorrow, you will most likely feel an intense, pleasurable feeling directly after this protocol, but tomorrow they might be sore. Go ahead and start the targeted treatment with the golf ball on the inside line of the opposite foot, and we are going up and down this entire muscle line on the opposite foot, looking for any spot that hurts. When you find a place on the muscle line that hurts, 10 flexes and relaxes, gripping the earth with your toes, pulling your toes back, moving those muscles through a full range of motion, engaging the muscle all the way, moving the muscle through motion with pressure on the adhesion and the spot that hurts the worst is my
favorite fascia release technique, and it seems to do the most deep work for me. All right, go ahead and move on to the middle of the second foot. And we're just doing 10 to 20 passes, going up and down the muscle line, bringing in some blood flow, really using these passes as an opportunity to search for any spot we feel has a fascial adhesion. When we find a fascial adhesion, aka a spot on the muscle line that is tight or hurts, go ahead and stop on that spot. You have the option for a static hold, option for 10 flexes and relaxes, option for 10 full range of motion movements. Remember, you can always go sit on the couch to do this. I want you to be as comfortable as humanly possible when you're doing this and enjoy the entire process. This doesn't need to be like a hardcore workout. You can break up this treatment and bring all these tools down with you in front of the TV and watch a movie while doing this protocol, even if you want. Moving on to the last line of the foot. Doing 10 to 20 conscious passes over that outside line on the second foot, looking for a spot that hurts. When you find a spot that hurts, 10 flexes and relaxes. You can always pause the tutorial and do an extended static hold. I highly recommend, if tonight you're going to go sit on the couch and watch a movie, bring the ball with you and do this treatment on the ground.
Moving on to foam rolling the shin. We're going to be starting halfway down the shin, going all the way to the foot, and all the way back up. Doing 10 to 20 conscious passes here, paying attention anywhere that hurts, feels tight.
You can always play with turning your foot a little bit more out, a little bit more square, a little bit more in.
After a couple passes and you find a place that's hurt or tight, go ahead and pause on that spot, apply some pressure to it. So sit harder on it. And we're gonna flex and relax the shin muscle.
Moving that muscle through the pressure.
This one is huge for me. My toe, I've had big toe problems for a while. Doing this helps me so much. 10 flexes and relaxes with the ankle. Moving the ankle in this kind of motion.
If you have pain anywhere in your body, remember this protocol is so helpful for all types of pain because it is treating the roots.
Okay, moving on to the top half of the shin.
If you're physically unable to do this type of foam rolling, you are also welcome to lay out flat like in a plank position and let the foam roller be behind you.
Doing 10 passes. After our 10 passes, when we find a place in the muscle line that's tight or hurts, stop on that spot. 10 flexes and relaxes, moving that muscle through a full range of motion with pressure on the spot that hurts.
If you're physically unable to do any of these, please post in the community and I will see how I can help you.
Moving on to the other leg. I really like the Court foam roller because it's so much tougher than regular foam rollers you would find in a gym. So going all the way down to the foot, halfway up the ankle. The bottom half is so important here. It's gonna help your ankles feel so good. Toes feel good. Okay, after 10 to 20 conscious passes, we're gonna stop on a spot that hurts. Breathe, do some full range of motion movements.
Because of the big shoe industry and the modern human lifestyle, our feet have really become messed up, and releasing the muscles and fascia in our shins and ankles really alleviates a lot of tightness in our toes.
I have a lot of problems here because I kicked a corn bag doing Muay Thai training all through college, and my shins got so big and fat because of all this stagnant tissue. Now I'm trying so hard to alleviate it. All right, moving on to halfway up the shin.
Remember, you're welcome to do this protocol laying out flat. I like doing it this way because I can apply more pressure. If at any time during this protocol you find a place on the muscle line that we're doing that is tight or hurts, please feel free to pause the tutorial, do a stagnant hold or full range of motion movements.
Moving on to the back inner side, lower half of your lower leg. Okay, moving on to the back inner side of the bottom half of your leg. We're doing just halfway up, halfway down, going all the way down that Achilles to the heel. and then halfway up, basically to the base of the calf muscle, turning our foot inwards. Taking deep breaths. When we find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, you can pause the tutorial, 10 full range of motion movements, pointing that toe. Usually when the muscle's in a shortened position is when it likes to release. So pointing that toe as hard as you can, putting pressure on it, pulling it back. Moving on to the other leg, pointing our toes slightly inwards, getting that inside angle. You're not on the bone, but you're right up against it. 10 passes after you find a place on the muscle line that is tight or hurts. You can pause the tutorial or do it with me. 10 flexes and relaxes. The flexes and relaxes are the main technique for releasing fascia. That's why I like to do them on every single muscle line and every single spot. Especially if you have more than one spot that's tight or hurts, do it on every single spot that's tight or hurts. Okay, moving on to the upper calf into the bottom half of the hamstring, hitting this popliteus, getting the popliteus warmed up before we go in with the big ball and really hit it good. So we're doing the top half, going over the back of the knee, getting a little pressure on that popliteus. The popliteus is, whenever you go look at the research behind the popliteus, it's kind of crazy. I don't want to say anything that gets me flagged medically, okay? Moving on, using the ball now. Now using the ball, taking it slow, getting up in there, trying to find the popliteus. Whenever you find that popliteus, the action of the popliteus is to turn the foot in. Okay, we're just gonna do like a 30-second, 10 deep breaths with good pressure on the popliteus. The popliteus is a muscle I want to emphasize. Every single human in the world is experiencing popliteus tightness. Okay, now when you get a spot on the muscle line, take a couple deep breaths here. Always feel free to pause the tutorial to do more.
Just about every person who has torn a ligament in their knee has a extremely tight popliteus.
Do a couple full range of motion movements.
If you're really looking to improve your athleticism, improve your ability to walk, improve just your overall well-being of your lower body, releasing the popliteus is so vital.
Going all the way to the bottom of that hamstring, maybe just a few passes to see if there's anything in there. If you find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, option for a static hold, option for some full range of motion movements. Moving on to the backside of the other leg. Going all the way up and down, going over that popliteus, getting the popliteus warmed up before we go in with the ball and really release it. Taking deep breaths.
If you know someone who experiences knee pain, please share this protocol with them. It will work wonders for their knee.
This might even be painful enough for you. You don't have to go in with the ball if it's too much. You can always use just the foam roller to do it. Moving on with the ball, if you're capable, starting slow, finding that trigger point on the popliteus. When you find it, go ahead and rest there. We're gonna take 10 full breaths.
I'm curious if anyone is currently trying to increase their vertical jump or their speed, what the difference would be before and after this protocol.
I imagine this is gonna make you feel wonderful like it has for me and many other people in the world. And I can't wait to see where this goes. Finding that popliteus, kind of right behind the knee. The anatomy figure shows it very well. So always look at the anatomy figures when you're doing these protocols. That's a way better reference than me. I just like doing it with you because then you can see kind of the technique I'm laying down with. And yeah, I can hold your hand through the whole thing. So maybe some full range of motion movements. Okay, now we're gonna move into the piriformis on the opposite side using the foam roller first. Okay, and then You can use a straight leg here, go over the entire glute. Or what I like to do is get this muscle like this, cross my foot over my opposite knee, and then hit it. Okay. If you find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, you can flex and relax the glute. I like to take a couple passes with a straight leg and a crossed over leg. Do what feels good for you. They should both feel amazing. Okay. Now after we have the piriformis warmed up, we're gonna move in with the ball. Now I'll take the ball slow because I know it can be painful. So we're gonna dig in there and kind of find where the piriformis is. And once we find it, we're just gonna do a static hold on the piriformis.
I want to emphasize that the piriformis is a muscle that really gets infected by the modern human lifestyle, and releasing it will do wonders for your athleticism, flexibility, and emotions. I did a presentation in college over the piriformis, and it's linked to emotional health.
Going all up in that glute, maybe up in the glute med as well. Just up near your low back almost. Just releasing in here. You have an option. You can flex and relax the muscle. Do what feels good to you. You can always pause this tutorial and do more and hold it longer. I highly recommend holding this. Like literally pause this video right now. Just hold this for like 5 minutes. Go on your phone. Do whatever you need to do. Stare at the ceiling. Just multitask through releasing muscles while you could even do something productive, but I like doing this and being on my phone at the same time. It's amazing. This muscle is so important to release. So, okay, we're gonna dig around the upper half of the glute, see if there's anything else. Dig around the whole glute. Look for any place in the glute that's tight or hurts. If you find a place that's tight or hurts, sit on it for a couple minutes, let it melt, take some deep breaths, relax, engage. Moving on to the opposite side. Starting with the foam roller to get it a little warmed up. The foam roller might be enough for you. You might not need to go in with the softball. Okay, trying a couple with the leg turned over. Going all the way to the low back and finding anywhere. Doing a couple with a straight leg. If you find a place that's tight or hurts, you can pause this tutorial and do more. Very grateful that you're following along with me right now.
If you know someone who complains about sciatica, please share this community with them. It will drastically change their life. The low back / hip pain protocol is incredible, and it will obliterate sciatica.
The ball, starting slow. Finding where that piriformis is. Once you find it, start letting it melt. And now this muscle is very responsible for lots of flexibility movements, and a lot of people are super tight. If you want to increase your half pigeon, if you want to get full pigeon, if you want to feel amazing, doing this every couple of days will drastically increase your flexibility, or at least it has for me. Yeah, just letting the piriformis melt on the ball.
Please don't forget to breathe here. I want to ensure you that the amount of pressure you need to use is the same amount of pressure that allows you to breathe fully.
Remember, you can pause this tutorial right now, leave this app and go scroll, go watch a YouTube video, go watch a movie. Let it sit here for a while. It will feel so good after you do it. I can't emphasize time enough on this spot. So thank you for following along. I want you to do it at least as long as I do it with you. So don't skip over this muscle. This is a very important one in our modern lifestyle. With sitting, a lot of people are experiencing a extremely tight piriformis. And also remember, if this is too much, you can do it on the foam roller. I've been doing this a couple times a month for a few months, and it has really shot up my flexibility really quickly. So I don't stretch that much. I have a stretching plan that you can use in this school community. Please go use it. Along with these fascia release protocols, you will get so flexible so fast. All right. Digging around the glutes, see if there's anything else. Go up into the low back almost, on the top of the hip. Dig around. And once you're ready, move on back to the foam roller. We're doing the quads. Starting with our back foot just straight down, going up and down the bottom half of the top half of our leg. Hopefully that, going up and down the bottom half of the top half of the leg. Get a better angle to show you. Just the bottom half of the top half of the leg. We don't need to go up down the whole entire thing. 10 passes here. If you find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, stop on that spot, flex, relax. Option to do a couple full range of motion movements. Doing 10 full range of motion movements on any spot that's tight or hurts. If you have multiple spots on a line that are tight or hurt, do it on every single spot. Take your time with this. I can't emphasize that enough. Okay, turning our foot out, doing the inside of the knee, just inside of the bottom half. Okay, whenever you find a place in the muscle line that's tight or hurts, flex, relax, flex, relax, flex, relax. Take it slow. Sorry, I know I get in a rush sometimes. Option to move that muscle through full range of motion. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. A lot of people are tight on the vast med. Now going to the outside of the knee. We're not on the IT band here. We are along the muscles. We're on the muscles along the IT band. Okay, so ensuring that you're not on the IT band. Okay, the IT band, if you're gonna be completely sideways, that's the IT band. Okay, we're just at a slight angle, turning our foot inward, hitting the outside muscles. If you find a place that's tight or hurts, stop on that spot, flex, relax the quad, flex, relax the quad. Couple full range of motion movements, always option for a static hold. Pause the tutorial, do a static hold on any spot that's hurt. Pause the tutorial, leave the app, go scroll, go watch a YouTube video while you're melting the fascia in this muscle, melting away any fascial adhesions that you have. Okay, moving on to the top quarter of the first leg, using the foam roller first. We're gonna have the foot straight down, mainly focusing on the top quarter of the leg. You can do the top full half a couple times just to see if there's anything trapped in between. But for me, usually the top quarter is the most amazing spot to get a great release. Okay, doing a couple conscious passes all the way up into the hip. And when you find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, go ahead and just sit on that spot. We're gonna take a couple deep breaths. You can try and engage and relax that muscle. Thank you for following along. If you've been in here for a while, I'm so grateful that you're here. I want you to know these protocols are a lot of work for me and they take weeks at a time to create. My goal is to make you feel wonderful using this, so know that I am so grateful for you. Okay, maybe a couple baby bounces on the top half here. Okay, now we're gonna point the foot outwards, do the inside top 3/4. We're not going more than a couple inches here. If you find a place that's tight or hurts, option for 10 flexes and relaxes, option for a static hold. If you find a place that hurts, I mean, I have a spot that hurts here, I will literally sit on it and just get my phone out right here and watch a YouTube video, watch a movie. I mean, you can get a book, you can read a book. Please, this should be enjoyable. You don't have to just sit here and follow the video step by step every single time. I want you to find the places in your body that make the biggest difference so that you can practice this. Even without this video, you'll know, okay, I know that the top half inside part of my right leg is stuck. So I'm gonna get the ball and I'm gonna lay on the ball and watch a movie or read a book. And if you do that for 10, 20 minutes, you will melt that fascial adhesion and feel so amazing, so wonderful. And that's where the magic happens, is in the long, extended static holds, relaxing, flexing, watching a movie. Multitasking is great with this kind of work, especially right here. All right, now we're moving on. Point the foot in. Doing the TFL. Doing some baby bounces. Maybe flex and relax. This protocol is so crazy amazing. I am very grateful to be putting this into the world. It's so powerful. All right. Now, you have the option to go back in with the ball on those same muscle lines we just did. I'm gonna do it. You can either do it with the ball or do it again with the foam roller, depending on how much you can handle. I know the ball is a lot. So we're just doing the top quarter, straight up and down on the rec fem. 10 passes. If you find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, get some good pressure right on that spot. Take it slow. This feels so good. See, people always wonder, like, it's gotta be so painful. I mean, yeah, it can be a little bit painful, but it's a beautiful, amazing pain, especially when you learn how to treat yourself. If you go to a practitioner, obviously it's probably gonna be a little bit more painful because they're trying to make it work as quick as possible versus you doing it to yourself. If you do this a little bit every single week over time, you're slowly gonna release all that unhealthy, stagnant tissue. And you don't have to push yourself to the maximum limit every time. It's slowly going to release and it's going to become less and less painful with every single treatment. So, yeah, that's the cool thing. You're literally learning a lifelong skill of actually releasing fascia. All right, we're going to point the foot outwards, do the inside, up in the adductors, pectineus. If you find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, feel free to pause the tutorial, go watch a YouTube video. I mean, do this in front of the TV. Like, doing this once a week will change your life, I promise. And when it does, please let me know. This is my mission, to share this with the world. And I am beyond passionate about this and beyond passionate about helping people with their body, with whatever they're struggling with in their fascia. Moving on to the TFL. If you find a place that's tight or hurts, do a static hold, watch a movie, read a book, scroll. Just kidding, don't doom scroll. If you found me doom scrolling, I'm very grateful. The doom scrolling, I mean, I struggle with it. So I don't like condescending people at all, but man, the days I doom scroll, I feel pretty awful compared to the days where I really try hard not to. So grateful you're here, by the way. Moving on to the other leg, going up and down the bottom half of the top half of the leg. Get a better angle to show you. Just the bottom half of the top half of the leg. We don't need to go up and down the whole entire thing. 10 passes here. If you find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, stop on that spot, flex, relax. Option to do a couple full range of motion movements. Doing 10 full range of motion movements on any spot that's tight or hurts. If you have multiple spots on a line that are tight or hurt, do it on every single spot. Take your time with this. I can't emphasize that enough. Okay, turning our foot out, doing the inside of the knee, just inside of the bottom half. Okay, whenever you find a place in the muscle line that's tight or hurts, flex, relax, flex, relax, flex, relax. Take it slow. Sorry, I know I get in a rush sometimes. Option to move that muscle through full range of motion. Okay. A lot of people are tight on the vast med. All right. Now going to the outside of the knee. We're not on the IT band here. We are along the muscles. We're on the muscles along the IT band. Okay, so ensuring that you're not on the IT band. Okay, the IT band, if you're gonna be completely sideways, that's the IT band. Okay, we're just at a slight angle, turning our foot inward, hitting the outside muscles. If you find a place that's tight or hurts, stop on that spot, flex, relax the quad, flex, relax the quad. Couple full range of motion movements, always option for a static hold. Pause the tutorial, do a static hold on any spot that's hurt. Pause the tutorial, leave the app, go scroll, go watch a YouTube video while you're melting the fascia in this muscle, melting away any fascial adhesions that you have. Doing the top quarter of the leg, going up into the hip, hitting that rec fem. Everybody's got a tight rec fem. We all sit all day. We all sit. I sit. I sit a lot. I sit more than I stand, probably. Some days I don't. I'd like to get to the point where I don't sit, but I'm probably sitting right now editing this video in another realm, and I'm literally talking to myself in a room, but I'm talking to hopefully thousands of people at the same time. Okay, when you find a place that's tight or hurts, option to just sit and lay on that spot. Option to flex and relax that muscle. Little rock side to side. I had to fix my hair. Okay, point the foot in. Oh, actually, point the foot out first. And then sometimes here, I like to move this. Yeah, there we go. Get that adductor up in there. You find a place that's tight or hurts, option for a static hold. Option to flex and relax. Option to whip your phone out. Okay, when you find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, option to just sit here and let that fascia melt. Option to whip your phone out and watch a video, watch a movie, read a book. Option to go hit your affiliate link and share it with your friends. Tell them, oh my gosh, you need this. Your legs are gonna feel so good after you do this. Please share this with people. It would really help me a lot, not necessarily financially. I don't really care to make a ton of money. I just want the financial freedom to have more time to build more protocols like this to serve more people. Okay, this is my passion. Hopefully you could tell. Maybe I shouldn't be talking to the camera while doing all this, but hopefully it just makes it more entertaining. I don't know. I want to become best friends with whoever you are. So please go post in the community. Don't feel awkward posting. This community's been dead. It's been so hard for me to bring it back to life, but we're slowly getting it there, okay? I was literally in debt for like 8 months building this community for the purpose of serving you right now. Okay, go ahead and turn that foot in. Hit the TFL. I'm not complaining about ever being in debt. This whole journey has all been worth it. I mean, literally just seeing the look on people's faces, hearing how happy people are after they try these things, it has really changed my life. And it's showing me how powerful all this is. And so my goal, I know a couple facts in my head right now. There's 70 million people with low back pain, and I have a solution for them. Moving on to the ball, going straight up and down. Find a place that's tight or hurts, sit on that spot. Maybe flex and relax. Please, if you like to go to the gym and work out, figure out what your max weight is for a certain type of squat or whatever. Not for 1 rep. I don't like 1 rep maxes, but say you do 10 reps of 150 pounds, okay? And that's your max. You can't do any more than that. Try this the morning before you do it next time and see what happens. See if you can squat more. I've had a lot of crazy stories for myself of increasing my strength by like 20 something % in one day just from doing a fascia release right before. And now I might have had more injuries than most people, but it's okay. All right, point the foot out. This is fun talking to the camera. I truly enjoy it. I don't feel like I'm talking to a camera. I feel like I'm talking to you. So I feel like we're friends. Hopefully you're getting to see the real side of me and you like me. Hopefully you're not turned off by me, but anyways, I really hope that this changes your life. If you find a place on the muscle line that's tight or hurts, option for a static hold, option to just stay here, take a couple deep breaths, option to go throw on a high vibration, positive frequency and float to infinity. Oh, maybe a little rock side to side. I'm up in my pectineus right now. One of the fascia release schools that I went to, the head teacher, he said I had pectinitis. I don't think that's a real thing, but he treated me and it helped me a lot in the moment and afterwards too. I mean, what it really taught me is where to treat myself. And you'll find the power of self-treatment over an extended period of time is insane. I mean, I think none of us are taught how to treat ourselves, but obviously I think the results from just treating yourself over a couple months, maybe even a couple years, who knows how long it can be. All right, turn the foot in. The results from treating yourself can be infinitely. I mean, we are given all the tools. We have all the knowledge of the universe imprinted in the cells of our body. We can truly heal ourselves using all this stuff. And obviously, the system doesn't want you to know that, or else they would have taught it to you because, I mean, it's not hard to do this. This is not hard to know. It's not hard to learn. But lots of people make a lot of money whenever people are in pain. So, thank you for listening to me. If you still are, if you've made it this far, wow, you're crushing it. You're gonna feel damn good. All right, and then now we are going to move on to our last muscle, okay? The iliopsoas, using the ball. It has to be the ball, okay? We are hitting up in here in the belly button. Okay, it has to be the big ball. Okay, I also like to do this on an empty stomach. It makes it way easier. Okay, we're trying to get up in that psoas. We're relaxing our stomach as much as humanly possible, letting the ball press up into our back. If you have a friend with low back pain, show them this, send them this, tell them to do this exact thing right here. Promise it will literally knock out like 50% of it on day one. It is crazy absurd. Okay, we're gonna rock a little side to side from the belly button out just a little bit. Just trying to find any spot that hurts. You're gonna find it. Whenever you find it, let that sucker melt. All right, we're gonna let it melt. And it's gonna melt great. Taking a few deep breaths. Oh my goodness. It feels so good. It feels so good. I feel it in my back. It's crazy. How are we not taught this? And then also, every single human in the world is experiencing this psoas tightness because when you sit, this is the muscle that gets tight because this is the only muscle that connects your lower body and upper body. And so whenever you're sitting all the time, this muscle gets short and tight and starts trying to protect itself because it's used to sitting. And our body forms to whatever we do. And now we are reversing all that damage done from sitting just by laying on a ball. And freaking no one's teaching this. Oh. Yeah, so if you want to help a ton of people and start posting on Instagram and steal my ideas, please feel free to do so. Like, I want to help as many people as possible. And by helping you, giving you an idea of what works, we help more people. I'm not worried about competition with anyone. I literally just want to help as many people as humanly possible. All right. We're going to move on to the other psoas. Feel free. That muscle feels good. Whip your phone out. Watch a movie on it. Okay, I know this protocol is long, but you're getting an idea of which muscles are the most stuck for your specific body. And to be honest, I know that you're a human and I'm a human and I've done a lot of sitting. I went to school. And in school, we sit. And when we sit, certain muscles get tight. And I just walked you through all the muscles that get tight, especially the one we're doing right now. Remember your feet. Okay, our feet are so tight from shoes. Our ankles are freaking tight. Our popliteuses are so tight. Okay. Our rec fem's tight. Vas medialis is tight. Quads are tight. Hamstrings are tight. Make sure to try the upper body protocol too. You honestly, like if you can do the upper body and lower body protocol once a week, once a month, man, your life will change. I've noticed a significant reduction in judgment and anger towards others through doing all this. I really, really believe that fascia holds on to our emotions, and obviously it holds on to our toxins, and it holds on to so many negative things. And when we really release it like this, we flush out anything holding us back from being the best possible version of ourselves, having the highest level of a positive impact on humanity. So after you do this, please understand and just become aware of the way you move. Like if you go to the grocery store after this, just when you're talking to people, like see if you feel a little bit happier, if you feel a little less judgmental of them. See the good in all people. I mean, there's no reason to condescend others. So yeah, if you feel like after this protocol, you go to the grocery store and you're like, wow, my lower body feels so good and I'm feeling so much nicer. That's because you literally just released all this trapped tissue that's been holding you back for so long. I don't know about you, but I'm currently experiencing a drastic increase in blood flow in my lower body. And it's crazy. That's it for the lower body fascia release. I'm very grateful that you're here, and I hope that this protocol and doing this protocol over the course of the next few weeks and months changes your life like it has for me. Please take a moment now and just give some gratitude to how amazing your body feels right now. If you experience any benefits, physical, emotional, mental, I would really enjoy hearing them. Please post them in the community. Let me know how you're feeling. If you didn't feel anything, that's important too. If you don't feel like this helped you at all, please let me know as well. I personally return to this protocol once a week or twice a month or even once a month. If this has helped you, the best way that you can support the fascia release movement is by sharing this community. And as a thank you, every single person that you invite, you earn 50% monthly recurring commission. So you can literally be paid to be in here and do these fascia release protocols. Thank you for being here. I hope you feel lighter, clearer, and more connected, more flow throughout your body. Have a wonderful day, my friend.